This room used to be completely empty, just 50 square meters of bad ideas and echo. And somehow it turned into the space where I spent most of my time building things. Hi, I'm Luboš, and this is my office. Before this house, I worked from my old room at my parents' place. Bedroom plus office. Not a perfect combo, it honestly sounds depressing, but weirdly enough, it worked. You sat down, you worked, done. Then we moved here, and suddenly I had massive empty room, and I hated it. I brought in my old white desk that survived like 3 different setups already, moved it around for weeks, tried every possible layout. Nothing felt right. The whole room felt cold, sterile, unfinished. At the same time, I was also getting pretty close to burnout, so staring into blank white walls every day was not exactly helping. Then I realized the problem wasn't the furniture. The room just had no personality, no story, no tension, nothing that made me feel something. That's basically where this whole thing started. Once I decided to actually design the space properly, I treated it almost like a branding. Very limited palette, very intentional. Oak everywhere, because the entire house already revolves around oak. White to keep the space open, dark metal for the contrast and structure. I didn't want random Pinterest core furniture everywhere. I wanted the room to feel cohesive, like every object belonged there for a reason. So before building anything, I spent an unhealthy amount of time saving references, watching studio tours, researching interiors that actually felt lived in. Not fake minimalism, not showroom minimalism, real spaces with personality. I also worked with interior designers on rough 3D layouts just so I could see the direction before spending stupid amount of money on furniture. Highly recommend that, by the way. This desk is basically command center. 3-meter oak tabletop, custom built, heavy metal legs, massive by design, because tiny desk in big room always feels kind of offset to me. Everything here has its own place now. Mac Studio display, plants, books, random objects from traveling. The giant green desk mat that somehow made the entire setup click visually. There's also this cat artwork from Etsy that makes absolutely 0 sense in theory, but somehow works perfectly. And the Monstera, which looks innocent until you have to move it. It's super heavy. This is where basically every object, pitch deck, design system, client call, and existential crisis happens. The bookshelf wall is probably the thing people ask about the most, especially clients. I work mostly with US startups, so I spend half of my life on calls, which means your background kind of becomes part of your identity, whatever you like it or not. And honestly, a good background does a lot of heavy lifting. But what I like most is that almost every object here actually means something. There's a ceramic thing from Hawaii I found in the thrift store for like $29 or something. Still no idea what it actually is, but it's pretty cool. The piece from Bali we bought right after finding we are having a daughter. Pretty important. That thing is quite scary, but I still love it. And the orange iMac, which might be the most unnecessary thing in the room, we had it custom painted by a guy who usually paints NHL helmets for players. Completely overkill, but absolutely worth it. It was actually for my portfolio, I never released that, but more than later. The entire wall slowly became less about storage and more about memories, which sounds emotional, but it's true. Then there is the chill corner. Super simple setup, but honestly, one of the most important parts of the room. Because if you sit in one exact spot for 10 hours, eventually your brain starts melting. So this became the reset zone. Sometimes I take calls there. Sometimes I work from the chair. Sometimes I just sit there staring into the space pretending I'm thinking deeply. The IKEA chair is temporary. One day, maybe Herman Miller. But currently I'm not Silicon Valley founder with B-series money. So IKEA it is. I also read here a lot. Right now, I'm reading The Paradox of Choice, which honestly explains modern life a little too well. Too many options, too much noise, too many decisions, all the time. So yeah, this corner became my little reset button. And yes, the standing desk failed completely. I tried multiple times. Apparently, my brain only produces functioning thoughts while sitting. So now the standing desk mostly works as an extremely expensive plant shelf. Future plan is to turning this entire area into a coffee corner with La Marco machine. Financially irresponsible. Will it happen anyway? Absolutely. The plants honestly changed the entire room. I originally got into them during burnout because I needed something that had absolutely nothing to do with screens, clients, designs, notifications, any of it. Then suddenly I was watching plants YouTube at midnight, learning about humidity levels like psychopath. Now, the office basically looks like a small greenhouse. And weirdly enough, the plants balance the technology perfectly. Without them, the room would feel too sharp, too digital, too cold. Taking care of them is annoying sometimes though. There are bugs, there is suffering, there is panic when leaves turn yellow for no reason. Happened multiple times. But overall, I love it. The funny thing is that this room is still not finished. And honestly, I hope this will never be finished. There's always another object, another plant, another small detail, another idea. Still want to add more wall pieces, hanging plants, and eventually the coffee setup. And behind that door, well, we are not talking about that yet. Maybe in the future episodes. Stay tuned. If there is anything you want me to cover deeper, gear, setup, design decisions, workflow, whatever, just let me know in the comments. It still feels weird that this is my first studio video ever. But yeah, here we are. So thank you for watching. Thank you for every like, every comment, and see you in the next video.